Warzone 2.0 is a direct and terrible downgrade from Warzone 1. Why do I say this? It's pretty fucking simple. Here's the thing, back in the day, the Battle Royale genre is so fucking saturated. We've seen nothing but Battle Royales. I mean, it's the trending genre for like 5-6 years now. We saw it from H1Z1, PUBG, Fortnite, Blackout, and even Minecraft Hunger Games, which I believe is the godfather of Battle Royales. So when Warzone 1 came out, what did they offer that was new? Surprisingly, a few things, and that's one of the things that made Warzone 1 so good and so special, a standalone in the Battle Royale genre, a genre so saturated, so heavily saturated with so many different good, unique games. How could it stand on its own? Aside from being a Call of Duty Battle Royale, which again, let me remind you, it wasn't the first iteration of a Battle Royale when it comes to the Call of Duty franchise. Call of Duty Black Ops 4 was the first Call of Duty to ever introduce Battle Royale with its Blackout game mode. And it wasn't perfect. There was a lot of things about it. It was, again, the first iteration, and it was actually pretty damn good for what it was, but it had major problems. Two of the biggest problems that were the downfall of Blackout was that there was no crossplay back in those times in the Call of Duty franchise, and it wasn't free to play. Those two things alone, unfortunately, kind of killed Blackout very soon. We had this whole looting bag system in Blackout, which we didn't care too much. We had, it was using the Black Ops 4 engine back in 2018. There was no loadouts. You grabbed whatever you could, a couple attachments, and you were set. May the best man win. But when Warzone 1 came out, it was such a new thing. They introduced two major things other than the fact that it was using the Modern Warfare 2019 engine, one of the greatest animations, whatever you want to call it. At the time, it was one of the greatest ones. And they added two major things to Warzone 1 that made it stand out in between so many Battle Royales and made it good and made it stand out. Even if it didn't have the Call of Duty brand on it, it still would have been such a good first-person shooter Battle Royale because of two things that it did well. The gameplay was simple in general. Again, it's Call of Duty, arcadey, run and gun shooter, but it had a skill gap, whether it was slide canceling, B-hopping, and using syringes to run a little faster. There was a little bit of a skill gap there. But they introduced two big things, the loadouts and the gulag, something that hadn't been ever seen in the Battle Royale genre. It united this classic, a staple of the Call of Duty franchise, create a class that made Call of Duty what it is today back in the day. Be able to create your own class and use it in middle of a Battle Royale? That was crazy. No other Battle Royale had ever done this. This was such an interesting, cool concept. Again, it's Call of Duty's staple thing, create a class, and the fact that you could do it in Battle Royale, that was such a great idea. Props to the developers for doing that. And then we had the infamous gulag. When you died, that was about it. You died and game over. You had to go back, you had to wait for your teammates to win, or it was pretty much done for. But the fact that if you died, you got a single chance. Everybody got one chance. It was a 1v1 situation in a very small map. Random guns made the best man win. Those two things alone made Warzone 1 kind of special. And then it became even better with them adding more guns from Cold War and Vanguard, although some people would argue that that wasn't a very good part of it. But when it comes to Warzone 2, you'd think that after so many years and so many Battle Royales, I forgot to mention Apex Legends, another great one. After so many years of this genre, you'd think they'd step up the game. They'd make something worthy of playing, like what is going to be the next Battle Royale game? Give us something unique. But they completely failed in this. Warzone 1 had its own uniqueness compared to Blackout. It was a huge upgrade. But Warzone 2.0 is a direct fucking downgrade from Warzone 1. It has nothing new to it. It's even worse. It's literally the definition of don't fix something that isn't broken. I understand, we probably would have complained anyway. Oh, it's the same gulag. Oh, it's the same loadout system, blah, blah, blah. But it worked. Fortnite's been doing this for a long time, and they changed, they were dying, and they did the whole no building mode, and it kind of changed. Warzone can't do the same thing, but the changes they made are terrible, right? Okay, when it comes to the map, Al Mazrah is okay. It's not as good as Verdansk. Nowhere near as good as Verdansk, but it's surely better than fucking Caldera. Caldera is a piece of dog shit, water dog shit map. It sucks. It fucking sucks. Al Mazrah, way better. right? It's fucking way better. But the looting system, what are you talking about? They went from their brand new simple concept of kill a player, weapons and loot and ammo drop on the floor. You hover over and grab the ammo, grab the weapon, and continue on. Now you actually have, they went back to the blackout backpack system, which nobody really liked too much. Why go back to this bag looting system? Like, what the fuck are these guys smoking in the studio? Why go back to looting the bag system? And now they added a plate carrier as well. So now you can't even, I don't even want to get too deep into the looting bag. It sucks. The loadouts. Okay, yes, you still have loadouts, but now you can buy them, one of your two main weapons separately. You can earn them by fighting in these strongholds, which again, AI, come on. AI in a PvP experience? Am I the only one who doesn't like fucking fighting robots and machines? Like, I'm not interested in fighting robots and AIs. If I was, I'd play fucking survival mode or whatever they call it, Spec Ops mode. AI in Battle Royale? I'm sorry. Like, I'm not super against it, but I just don't know. It just doesn't feel right that there's AI in Battle Royale, and I think a lot of people don't like them either. And sure, a loadout will drop once in a while, but again, it doesn't have that same feeling of gather enough cash to throw a loadout, and it's kind of a risk-reward situation because a lot of players would go towards some other players dropping their loadout to kill them so they wouldn't grab their guns. Because once you grab your guns, your, let's say, level or your power level would increase. I just went full on Dragon Ball right there. Shout out to some Dragon Ball fans out there. That's kind of gone in a certain way. And the Gulag. What were you doing when you were doing the Gulag? Who came up with these concepts and actually passed them? Like, how did these things go past the fucking boards? They went from a classic 1v1 random weapons, may the best man win situation to a fucking 2v2? Especially in solos. What? A 2v2? With pistols? You don't even get random guns. It's so disappointing because Warzone or Modern Warfare 2, I believe, is the Call of Duty that launched with the most guns. Like 50, what is it, like 51, 52, 54 weapons? And they can't put them in the Gulag? Why not? Why pistols and randomly shotguns? I don't even know if that's a bug or not. I don't care. I haven't played in a while. But anyway, pistols? No. 2v2 pistols, it's a big no. And then a Juggernaut, again, another fucking robot, right? Another piece of Geo with a fucking minigun appears during the Gulag. Come on, Infinity Ward. Really? That's what you guys come up with? This is what passed to come out? The most advanced Call of Duty video game in the world? Are you drunk? You guys have got to be smoking or taking some high-end acidic mushrooms in that studio. How did this pass? You were supposed to, in a genre right now, again, Battle Royale genre, such a saturated genre, you'd think they'd come up with brand new ideas to stand out because there's so many Battle Royales. You'd think they would have come up with something completely brand new and stand out, but they didn't. They just fixed what wasn't broken and broke the game even more. And Warzone 2.0, agree or disagree with me, is a direct fucking downgrade from Warzone 1. Plus, no Rebirth Island. Everybody loved, or almost everybody loved Rebirth Island in Warzone 1. Why didn't they bring it back if they knew it was one of the most played and streamed modes of Warzone, and they didn't fucking bring it back? Not yet. They will bring it back. Oh, they will. Oh, they will. Once players really start fucking dying out and seeing how shit this is, they'll bring it back. But it won't save the game. It fucking won't. It fucking won't, because Warzone 2 multiplayer in general is already starting to die. Nobody is caring about this game anymore. Warzone 2 has 2 years still. 2 fucking years. I promise you that the next big game that comes out, the next big multiplayer PvP game, whether it be an extraction genre, a battle royale, another 6v6 multiplayer, I don't care. Whatever comes out next, and if it's a big game, Warzone 2, it's gonna fucking fall, and I mean it's gonna fall flat on its fucking face. Because they didn't bring anything new to the genre. They didn't bring anything new to the Battle Royale table. You have to agree with me on this. They should have tried to stand out and be like, it's not just Warzone 2.0, it's Warzone 2.0, the next big Battle Royale experience. A complete upgrade. Essentially, what they should have done was, from Blackout to Warzone 1, it was a huge upgrade. This should have been the same exact concept. Warzone 1 to Warzone 2, huge upgrade, and it just didn't happen. It was completely the opposite. I think people will even take Blackout 1,000 times over Warzone 2.0, and I don't fucking blame you. I probably would too. It's just so disappointing. I was actually so excited for Warzone 2.0. I really expected a lot from it, but in between all this SBMM and all these rigged AI-controlled algorithms, it sucks. It's a huge disappointment, and I'm really sorry to see it in the state that it is. I hoped it was going to be great, but they kind of deserve their failure. And yes, the game is still very popular. I mean, I don't know who's playing the game, to be honest, who's like truly enjoying the game, but hey, by all means, if you enjoy the game, please, as I always say in my videos, please do play the game and enjoy the game. And please let me know in the comments below, what do you think? Do you think Warzone 2.0 is better than Warzone 1? Let me know in the comments. And also, I just want to give a huge shout out to all the love and support we've been getting on our last videos, man. A lot of views, a lot of likes, a lot of subscribers. Thank you so much if you've been a part of this channel for a bit, and if you watched my previous videos, thank you so much for being here right now. And that is about my video. So I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to hit that like button as always. Consider subscribing if you're new, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.